things about you making a decision. See, don't dwell on the past. You find out quicker. Pick a side and go. Right? You find out quicker. And like I said last week or the week before, when you make a decision, and if it's the wrong decision, if you made it early enough, there's a high possibility for you to come back and go the other route that you were contemplating on going. Right? If you make the decision early enough, right? But if you truly believe in the decision that you're making, if you have faith, if you're a believer and you're willing to contribute your all, right? If you're going real estate and you want to invest, but you're half-stepping, hoping that, man, I should have got into crypto, or no, I'm not really, then you're not giving in your all, right? That's why we say, what's the quote? What's the first topic?
You are exactly where you need to be.
You are exactly where you need to be. So unless you've committed your full responsibility, dedication, your time and effort, right? You cannot complain about the results that you're getting. Right, so just pick a side and go and give it your all. Enjoy the moment, the experience is what it's called life. You learn from it. Some people that are in real estate are never touching NFT. Right, I hear Cardone. He's not a big fan of NFT. Right, Gary V, not a big fan of real estate, big fan of NFTs. Right, so it's all about you decide. Right, we're not all the same individuals. Stop wanting to be like everybody else. All right, it's okay to separate yourself from the herd. It's okay, right? Nobody likes to be in the out group, right? You feel left out, right? But in most cases, you're gonna feel left out in every kind of topic, in every kind of situation, right? And more than ever, we could talk about race, gender, all these things, right? Y'all, there's always gonna be an in group, there's always gonna be an out group. But if you constantly live in fear and wanting to fit in, no matter what decision you make, it's always going to be the wrong one. If you're constantly contemplating on the decision that you make and what it is that you need to do, I tell you what, no matter what decision that you make, you're always going to feel left out.
And what's so crazy about this is I feel like the other day I went into the bank to go handle something, and a lot of people who have their money in their accounts, they're even talking about how, like, in the next decade, if you were to save about like $20,000, or like, let's say you were to save $53,000 in the next decade, it will actually be worth $27,000 due to inflation. And I feel like with everything going on with NFTs, with cryptocurrency, with real estate, it's finally letting people know, even the word cash flow. And like, I never knew these things until I started talking to you, but people are starting to understand that we're in a society right now where your money has to make money for you.
Yeah,
you have to
more
be
than
okay.
ever.
Exactly. You have to be okay with understanding, okay, let me find some multiple streams of income. Like, it's one of those where we know, like, one stream of income is just not enough right now in society.
100%.
And it's there's no question, there's no debate, because you need to be able to have money to play with, deal with your bills, handle yourself, put money away for if anything was to go wrong.
And guys, it's tough. And I say this all the time. Like, people may say he's a capitalist and he's a big believer. I'm not saying we all make enough money for ourselves, right? It's about upkeep, right? What do we do with the funds? What do we do with the money, right? How you contribute your time? And I'm gonna say this. There's nothing wrong if you like the finer things in life, right? But the finer things are not given to those people who don't put in that work. Please understand that. Right? If you want to live a lifestyle that requires a high maintenance and it requires an expensive lifestyle, well, are you willing to commit yourself to live that lifestyle? Right? And if you want to live modestly, however it is that you choose to live your life, understand there's a paid price to action. Right? I don't judge people, right? I don't care what it is that you do, right? But if you're waking up complaining about what it is that you're constantly find yourself doing you're not happy with just to live this lifestyle, that's not what I'm not a fan of. Right? That's not what, if you're waking up complaining about your job, but you can't quit because you have to keep making the payments on the car, well, it's not about your job. I say get rid of that car. Let's see how fast you come out of that job when that is really the car that has you hostage. It's not your workplace, because you cannot quit because you have to continuously make that payment on that car, right? But what are you willing to pay? Pay price to action.
And you don't want to be that person where it's too late after a decision. That's what I realize now. I learned a big lesson this year where it's like, you need to think about the future ahead of time. What if things were to go wrong? Sometimes I feel like we don't think about, like,
calculated risk, plan out, see what it is. Don't waste too much time on negativity, right? Because your mind will always play the negative side, right? Like I said, when you make a decision, your mind will psych you out and tell you all the good things and all the negative things of the things that you didn't want to do. Right? But you got to calculate it. You got to see yourself in the future before anybody else sees it. Don't let anybody or any circumstance change who you are. Who you want to be tomorrow is all up to you. It's all up to the decisions that you make today.